That's just dumb. Anyway, what else is dumb is that Daisy has like no target for this one whatsoever, so I'm kind of stuck as to where to go. It's a huge par 4, 457 yard. Absolutely ridiculously long for a par 4. But unfortunately I have like literally no target area for this, so I'm just kind of hitting and hoping that the wind will take this okay. Just to offset my control, because the control was not perfect. No dice. Straight through the bunker, and I can't quite reach the green unless the fast fairway kicks it. Which it won't do, because apparently how did that hit the water? Of all the things that it could have done there, how on earth did it manage to kick off like that? That's just dumb, come on. Like, seriously. Once again, nothing I can really do to get any closer to the green there. At least this time it actually didn't screw up, but yeah, that's just bad luck. There's nothing you can really say against that. That is just terrible, terrible luck. It took some stupid kick. I don't even know what sort of kick, how it would have done that. The trajectory shouldn't have allowed for that, but it did, and we are going to have a double bogey on the hole as a result, which is ridiculous to be honest, but oh well. -3 is still decent. How the fuck do you birdie that hole? Come on, PT, seriously, this is 8 and 9 now. That's just... And don't even think about a birdie on this hole. This hole is literally impossible. I mean, come on, seriously, you have got a green which is less than 5 yards across, and I've got this retarded wind in against me as well. There is no way you can even think about getting a birdie on this one. In fact, I'll be glad if it hits the bunker so that it stops. Which it is going to backspin into the bunker. That, on the other hand, I am not quite so glad of, because that's just annoying. But, you know, the only way you're going to get a birdie on this one is if you chip it in. Pretty much. There is no other way of getting one, I don't think. Because hitting that green in regulation, you need control for that. And Daisy, of course, well, nobody really has got control in this game whatsoever. So I'm talking like absolute maxed out control, which is something you can only do with other characters. Come on, seriously, what the hell is this? -10? No other character so far, apart from Wiggler in the Cheap Cheap tournament, which is the one I was doing perfectly in, so that's understandable. No other character has managed to get double figures under par in anything. But like, come on, seriously, 9 birdies in the last 10 holes, including all of the impossible ones so far. It's just ridiculous. Oh, the length of this one's kind of ridiculous as well. This was another 450 something yard one, which is stupid for a par 4 in this game. But, you know, the characters don't have that big a drive distance on the hole. I'm using one of the higher level ones that way, of 270 for the drive, and yeah, that's just dumb. Oh, this particular putt is kind of dumb as well though. I'm not liking that. But we're hopefully gonna get somewhere close with this. Just stay... Oh, it's actually in. Huh. Well, that's good, because that gives me one of the strokes that we lost on hole 10 back. So, yay. Managed to birdie one very, very long hole, which is good. And PT just keeps on going and going and going. What the hell? I've never seen this, ever. It's 10 straight birdies on this course. That's impossible. It's flat out impossible. Oh, well, that is what we are competing against at the moment, I suppose. And yeah, this hole is not usually that bad, but that missed control might make it in the rough. Please get on the fairway somehow. Stay on the fairway, thank you. 250. Can I make this? 250 seems something Daisy could do. Can I get over? I can get over. I'm probably not going to get this as an eagle opportunity because I'm probably not going to be able to get to the green and or stay there if I do get there, but this might be possible. Gonna top spin because I think I need it at this point. It's not going in the lava, I know that much, so that's fine. But I'm reckoning with the power and control loss. I might well need the top spin to get onto the fairway, give myself a decent approaching opportunity, and hopefully we can at least get a birdie off of this. This hole now is definitely something which I can get a birdie on, and that is good. Unfortunately, it's quite a bit uphill there, so there was no chance of getting the eagle off of that, but birdie would be very nice, and that is something we are easily capable of when there's no break on the hill. So we're back at -5.
Very well done.
-5 usually is enough to win this. And there we go, PT's finally starting to drop, so double bogey on hole 13, which is one of the easier holes of the course, so that's kind of hilarious. But yeah, PT's finally going down. Look at the yardage on that, 473! Peach can't even make that in 2 power shots, what the hell? Okay, technically she can, but 482 yard as a par freaking 4. There was par 5s which were shorter than that, like earlier on in the game. What the hell is this? Seriously, this is just retardedly long, and wow. I mean, this is hit absolutely perfectly, so hopefully this is going to end up pretty well. Not even off the fast fairway. Look at that, I'm still 216 yards away and I hit my power shot. That's nearly 300 yards as a power shot. That's just ridiculous.
Nice shot.
But we have hit 2 very, very good shots here, so hopefully we'll at least be able to make par from this now, because I shouldn't be that far away. What the hell was that as a kick? That just went completely horizontal there. In fact, that was almost an acute angle for that kick. Seriously, let's see if we can get this shot there. There! It just bounced completely horizontally to the left. What the hell? It might have ended up okay actually, because providing I can work the fringe on this one, I should be able to get this. It's quite a bit uphill, but that is easily tolerable. So yeah, we've actually made the putt. So it's a very nice one. 6 under now. 6 under is very good on this course. PT's done another double bogey. I'm expecting at least a bogey off of the next hole, so I think we might just about be okay now. It's a big scare for a while, but oh, this hole, I mean, not even Daisy can reach the other side of this in one go, and it's over 440 yards to get to the green in one shot from this, so, you know, from the beginning, it's just a ridiculously long hole. Gonna have to hit a 200 yard approach pretty much, which, as you know, 200 yard second shot is not easy to control. That's what makes this course so hard, and thank God that came straight out of that heath there, because if that didn't come out of the heath, we'd be looking at playing to make sure I still got a par rather than looking at anything else. But it did come straight out. I don't believe the heath will impact it, providing I can actually get across in the first place. That is the difficulty here now. If I can get across, then, well, yeah, I am still kind of playing for par rather than for anything else, because I can't make it any further than that. At least it has made it that far, so I will be able to get a relatively okay approach. But I couldn't hit any higher than the 5 iron, so there was no chance of getting to the green. Still, this, well, it's all uphill through the approach of this, so I'm going to hit a 4 iron. I'm going to hit a running shot here, which hopefully will kick off of this hill a little bit to the side of it and just run straight up to the pin. That's the idea. And that is indeed what it does. It almost went in as well. So yeah, the idea of that shot literally was just to run up the hill, and because of the sharp incline it would stop fairly quickly, so I figured that was better than a sand wedge one, which would just chip and then come straight back down the hill. I'd rather run up the hill and try and get to it from there. Yeah, PT's double bogeyed again. I think that's it at this point. I don't think we're going to have too many problems so long as I don't hit the lava. But we do have the longest par 5. I think it's the longest par 5 of the game still to do, which is obviously this one. And that is a bit of a concern, but I think it should be okay. I'm hoping that wind doesn't mess me up. Well, it looks okay, providing... yep, that's fine. That is absolutely perfect, actually. Exactly where I wanted. I just want to try and see if I can get a better angle than from behind a swamp, because that's not a great one. There we go. Must have hit off the fast fairway, round the side of the swamp. Well, it's a womp, not a swamp, you fool. But yeah, round the side of the dude, which is fantastic. But you can see it's still over 300 yards away, so there's still no chance of actually hitting this green in 2, despite having a pretty well perfect first shot. Well, this isn't terrible. It's gone under, well, it's kind of gone under the swamp, and well, I guess I've got to eat my words off that then, don't I? We have actually made this green in 2. Fast fairway kick, obviously the best thing that could have happened there. Actually hit off the foot of the womp as well, and yeah, we made it to that green in 2. That is very, very impressive. However, the 49-foot putt with a 5.6-foot uphill, which is all at the end just about. I mean, it's entirely uphill, but there's a massive spike at the very end of it. Oh, that's going to be fun. Isn't this going to be a good attempt? Well, it's not the end of the world, because this is for eagle, not for birdie, so... yeah, let's just hit that and hope that it goes up. Oh, almost. Very close. That was much closer than I expected. There's a bit more on the hill, a bit more of a left break on the hill going up than I anticipated. But still, that was pretty damn impressive actually.
Very well done.
And yeah, getting a birdie on that hole is always good. It's not always the worst one to do, but it's usually difficult to make. So, oh, why did you have to be raining on this freaking hole? This is like the hardest hole of the game anyway, so why do you have to be raining on this? And with that sort of side wind? Come on, game, seriously. You can actually land over here. This is something I didn't really know before, but you can actually land there. I believe that's waste area. I don't really want to check it out, but that's what I think it is, so that's kind of interesting. I do want to land over here though. I don't want to land inside the womp zone, but I do want to land over here, so that's why I'm going to hit a nice high trajectory. I'm hoping it makes it up there, which it does, and it's not going to land in the middle of the womp zone. Oh, it's bounced off the rocks, so you know what, it kind of has landed in the womp zone. That sucks. Because now the Bly is plus minus 8%. It is not undoable because I do have a lot of drive, so I can still make it over, but it's nowhere near as comfortable as I would like. We seen last time I had the plus minus 8% lie here, that kind of completely messed everything up because I ended up in the lava. But this time, with much more distance involved, it's not as hard, so we have managed to make it. This is for birdie, but I'm not expecting to get it, so I'm just going to hit about there. And, well, it was close. It was, I think, overjudged. Yeah, a little bit overjudged. The power was the hard part to really sort out there, and looks like I didn't pay enough attention to the break, but that's fine. We get ourselves a par on the hardest hole of the game, which is good, rather than getting double bogey or something like that. Stupid hole 10, and PT is now only 1 under. PT might birdie the last hole, might not, but any way round it, the worst I can do on this hole, I think if I was to give up, the worst I can do on this hole is plus 9? Plus 9 seems a little... No, plus 9 seems about right, but I don't honestly think I would want to do that anyway, because why the hell would I throw this away? Like, seriously. Oh, I don't know what I want to do with this shot, though. Like, I want to hit the bottom of the ball in order to really work this out, but I don't want to... Whatever, I'm gonna hit this, I think, and it should go okay. Super backspin going to be necessary, I think, because of overhitting. Do not hit the spike. Thank you. So, just about, you know, the super backspin takes it out of the heavy rough, which is okay. And, well, this is going to be our final approach of the main game, and it's going to end up in not a great position, but it's still a par, it's fine. -7 on the final tournament, even with the double bogey, that is still pretty damn good. And yeah, we have won. PT got a bogey on that last hole as well, so as I said, even par tends to win this one. Thank God for that, because honestly it's like ridiculously hard to do anyway, so yeah, we made it. Finally made it, and that is just about the end of the LP as a whole, because we've done the last mode, the full Star Tournament set is done. And for doing that, at least on this version, I don't know if it's the same on the rest of it, but you can now turn off the simulation line if you want. Which basically means that instead of having the full thing that shows you the entire arc that the ball is going to take, you just have something showing you the very start and the very end. I.e. the same thing that happens in Mario Golf 64. Not something I ever like to use because honestly, most of the reason this game to me is better than 64 is because of the simulation line. But it's there if you wanted to turn it off. I guess that's something you can do.
And the award goes to Daisy.
Yes it does, and that signifies the end of the main stuff in this LP.
Congratulations.
So, you might be wondering then, well, if it's only the main stuff that's done, what else is there? Well, there's gonna be one extra video, there might be a second one, depends. Oh yeah, by the way, credits. But yeah, there might be one or two. I don't know whether I'm gonna do a second one yet, but I need to show off the character stats, because I had said before, you know, the reason I know why or what character stats are like in terms of X bars above average and height and control and whatnot is because of the fact that I have one save file that has characters from the Advance Tour, the Game Boy version, which means I can choose clubs to play, you know, characters with, and that means I can see the stats before the clubs change them and whatnot. So I'm gonna show that off, and I think I might show off my, you know, like the characters that I took over. They're ridiculously broken compared to the rest of these lot because they're kind of endgame like distance. We're talking sort of DK to or Mario to PT type of distance, but they have pretty much maxed out control to go with that. So they hit better than Cooper with a better drive distance than most characters of this game. So clearly it's going to be much easier to actually play with them. That's something which is fairly obvious, but nonetheless I'm going to at least show off the clubs and see what sort of difference they make, and then I'm considering doing one other video that will actually show off like my characters in a special type of condition thing, but we'll see what happens to that. I don't know what I'm going to feel like at the end of the next one, and to all intents and purposes this is done now. So yeah, you can see the secret characters there. Obviously if you hadn't done this already, then that would sort of spoiler what the characters are if this was your first game mode and whatnot, but that's kind of why I didn't show this before. That's why I just skipped the credits the last time, because you're going to see them here. But anyway, this project, well, it's been pretty damn interesting to be honest. It's kind of showed the main sort of things that happen when I tend to play. I don't tend to get ridiculous like eagles, etc., albatrosses, holes in ones all the time. I don't go for them, really, because usually if you don't get them, you tend to be in a worse position. I try and play aggressive, but at the same time I try and play sort of best position type of thing. I looked for consistency, really just trying to get to the greens in two shots under par and then getting birdies off of it, rather than focusing my efforts on trying to get the ridiculously elaborate stuff. Sometimes it just happens anyway, which is, you know, that's where extra videos come in, like the Albatross one and the What the Hell Bowser thing. So, unfortunately, didn't get all of that stuff done, like the, you know, in LP Albatross and whatnot. There's maybe not as many highlights as one would like, but the whole thing in general has been very, very consistent, and that is something I'm definitely, like, proud of, really. I've played very well most of the time, even if it's not playing the flashiest that you would ever hope for. That's not really what I am anyway, so, you know. We have had our fair share of it though. We had a lot of chip-ins in the Star Tournaments, which is always good. And yeah, that is basically it. Because, as you've seen, we've gone through Star Tournament, normal tournament, you know, character match stuff. We've done all of this. I've even done stroke play with, well, random stuff. It was mostly the doubles one, but I've done that. Club slots is all done, coin attack is all done, speed golf, we've shown it off, that's the main thing. Near pin, I did not really much with that. I think I did do that at one point, but it's like, you know, just a tiny mode anyway. And all the side games are done, apart from this, but I technically did that anyway, you know, sort of happened to manage to do one-on-one putt when I did the birdie challenge, so, you know, that was all shown. It's exactly the same as the birdie challenge anyway, so, you know. And yeah, that is basically it. So there really isn't a whole lot else to do or to say, so let's just very quickly take a look at the tournament statistics of stuff, and well, that's gonna be pretty much it. So this has been Gamer Cow doing, you know, this project stuff. I hope it's been enjoyable at the very least, you know. Golf is not always the most interesting of things to look at, but at the same time it is definitely a fun, very fun game. There's a lot to it, it's taken a lot of episodes and a long time to do, but, you know, nonetheless it's been a very fun game for me to play as an LP, and hopefully you guys have, you know, sort of enjoyed it. I know it got a little bit of reception as it went on, which is always nice, and yeah, I don't know, I don't even know what I'm really looking at anymore, but -7 was the best I did. That is hilariously ironic actually, because -7 was what we got here as well. That's really nice actually. My best before doing this LP was -5, without using crazy characters, etc. So yeah, -7 on both of them. That is actually really good, to be honest. That was utterly terrible, but not bothered about that. Other than that, it was very good. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Tune in for the one final episode of this next time, and yeah, here's to the end of another LP, I guess. So see you guys for the next one.